and we're filling in the top levels of our company with the best of the best. Now, during or AG umbrella, and we move into the same type of legal parameters that apply to a dating service. That's how careful the legal teams constructed this, and that's why we have it set up this way. It also allows us to go into every country globally without having to go through all the process. So we identify and align ourselves with the companies that are already distributing products within a global market, and we're able to immediately bring that into play. So it really is a massive system. So I would tell each of you to go back in there. You've got a whole 800 number process. I mean, the type of technology behind the 800 number, as you're doing that, nobody out there should be just giving out their direct cell phone number. Everything should be going through the 800 number in today's age for professionalism, etc. And then when somebody does contact you, do you realize our system is grabbing that number even before it hits the pole? Even if they have call blocking, we're still capturing their numbers. This is how special this system is. So I ask you, go in there, make sure to upload your profile, get into the community forum, start looking at all these things. And guys, you have no idea what's being rolled out over the course of the next 6 months. I mean, we're not even in launch phase. What you're looking at is the very first module being released. Imagine as Christian and the rest of his IT team bring out the rest of this stuff. I mean, this easily would cost you in the general marketplace $500 to $600 to attempt to go ahead and have, and yet it's all being handled inside Monitium. Then you look at the $67 per month that's being charged for it. Well, guess what? You sign up 7 people, and I'm not sure if all of you have read through all of the founders PDF, but sign up 7 personals, and as long as those 7 personals stay active, we waive your $67.95 per month fee. So it's free. I mean, you know, you just can't beat that system.
No, you absolutely cannot. I mean, every time I get back there, I'm just like, I cannot believe, and I cannot believe with only 7 people, it's completely waived. So it's really incredible. Let's, you know, before and we'll start to wrap this up in just a second, but what I would love for you to touch just a moment on really the vision of this company in terms of how long we plan on being here. Obviously, you've talked about that this is going to be something that's willable. As people are getting out here and as we're talking to people, you know, so many people hear about, you know, 100 different opportunities a week. I mean, I know that we all get, you know, emails and phone calls about everything under the sun. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that going to individuals about what is quote unquote an opportunity. Can you just talk a little bit about the different posture that this company has and holds out there in the marketplace?
Treasurer, absolutely. When you think of Monitium, what we've done here, and if you've watched through, you know, David Carroll's PowerPoint on the main page of Monitium.com, you've seen that, you know, we very intentionally reference the fact that this is as significant as the Amway v. FTC case that kept the network marketing industry alive and going in 1975 in relation to distributor protection and the protected genealogy component and all of the other aspects of this. And I say that with full confidence in backing that up, because while the Amway case kept the network marketing going, Monitium represents the realization of a truly willable residual income that will retire you and will allow the average person that can only build a small team, let's say, you know, a team of 200 people, to get into a 6-figure income. And, you know, it's really incredible as we look to that. And I think the other part that as leaders that we need to embrace when we're talking to people is that, you know, the fact that the MLM companies are signing a contractual agreement with Monitium to ensure the disciplinary protection. I mean, unheard of, Treasure. Absolutely unheard of. People used to just, hey, there's your termination letter, and you have no evidence or anything else provided. So when you add these pieces to the puzzle, I will tell you that there's nothing in the marketplace that can touch what Monitium has to offer, and there is no more latest, greatest deal. That's the beauty of this, because as you position your team in this, and every leader that goes to position their team in this, Monitium will continue to add on, and the schedule that we have set is about every 4 months our next portfolio company will come into play. So as we identify which one we're going to move into, there'll never be a need for any rep to go to leave your team or team members. So Monitium gives the leader the ability to truly build their team. So it's not Monitium's team. It's actually the leaders. Think back to what Amway did correctly, Treasure, and why they're an $8 billion company today. I mean, their diamonds, when they would hold events, the events were held in the diamond's name. So what you've seen within our Founders Program is that as you go up in ranks at Monitium, you have the ability to partner with us on training material, and ultimately you're going to have the leaders that build teams of 5,000, 10,000, 50,000. You're going to see teams of 100,000 with some leaders in this very rapidly, and they're going to be able to hold their own individual events under the team leader's name, and the recognition, as it should be, going to the leaders of that team, not to Monitium. We're here to be a total support system and to empower every aspect of that. There's no MLM company out there that's saying that, look, we're going to take a servant leadership position to the associate, to our distributors. It doesn't occur. Monitium is changing that dynamic where we're literally partnering with the leadership within this industry that's ethical, believes in long-term fair treatment, and we're here to promote the reps and really bring a whole new level to this. And the other reason, Treasure, which I didn't hit on before, that we do not pay commissions is because there isn't an MLM company out there right now that has anything in their policies and procedures that can prevent you from putting your team into a protected genealogy. So if you move your team into Monitium, then in effect, if we were paying commissions, then the MLM company could move to terminate you or take disciplinary action. But because this is a protected genealogy platform, they would open themselves up for massive litigation if they attempted to do that. Now, will the MLM companies change their policies and procedures down the road, the ones that don't want to participate, the old stones in the road, so to speak? Yeah, they're going to say, okay, you can't bring your membership into a membership team or whatever they want to attempt to redo it as. But we've specifically done this so the leaders can choose to go ahead and identify the members of their teams they want to bring in. And if a leader doesn't want to touch their team, Treasure, then what they need to do is say, okay, I'm not touching my team, but I know 40 other leaders that didn't have an interest in my XYZ MLM company that I darn well I'm going to pick up the phone and call. Because there's only about, if we look across the industry, there's less than 5,000 mid-level leaders. There's less than about 1,000 heavy leaders within this industry. So do you think those 5,000 are going to be into this within the course of the next 120 days? You better believe it. So every major leader that's on here tonight, you need to look outside and just make a determination. It's not a question of if they'll come into Monitium's protected genealogy and access all of this programming. It's just a question of who's going to bring them in.
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and just kind of wrap this up, and I just want to end it with what do you think is, looking into the future of this. I know we've talked about this in great detail, but looking into the future, 5 years down the road, 6 years down the road, and those of us that are in this company right now on this call tonight, and what do you think is really possible, and why do you think it's so important that everybody get out there right now and get on the phone with everybody that they know that's a leader and beyond within this industry?
Treasure, when you consider that, especially the people on this call that are listening, this is our first webinar to a very, very closed group. Literally, you have the treasure chest of contacts that are sitting out the door right now for you to call and contact. I would say anybody that gets into Monitium over the course of the next 90 days that is in any type or shape or form a builder, even a small builder within this industry, within 3 years, now I'm talking small to mid-level builder, within 3 years, they'll be $1 million income earner.